And before I start, have y'all ever used a service called Jackrabbit?
I haven't used that, Devin, but somebody told me about it the other day. Have you tried it?
More than that, you have.
Yeah, it works really well. I really like it. I can finally get Subway and all that,
So it's not like
even without having to.
participating restaurants, it's any restaurant, is that right?
I don't know of any restaurant it doesn't have.
No, but tell them about we had the owner.
Yeah, pretty much the owner of the business came by because I had reached out to him about accessibility issues, and so he came by and we talked, and we're trying to get him on the right path to fixing those issues with the app. The website works all right. There were some issues with that I discussed with him, but it works pretty good. But the app is the main thing that people are going to look for.
Well, what's the difference
because
in that
nobody
app
uses a
and the
computer.
that other, I forget the name of it right now. It slipped to my mind. Where they'll
Instacart?
Instacart, yeah. What's the difference?
So Instacart does groceries,
Mhm.
and this app does McDonald's and Subway and First House and more First House and even more I love First House and La Posada, all that. It does restaurants.
So it's just like $4 more than your payment, than your.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you can. I give them a 15% tip, but it's like $5 for delivery fee.
Yep.
Yeah.
A long time.
What else does Jackrabbit offer?
So what was I saying? I give them a tip, but yeah, I really like it. And they have everything intelligent, and they're actually going to start trying to move out into like Dollar General or whatever. Actually, getting more than food. So yeah, and especially because we're all kind of locked down here at the Union Village. We're not supposed to go anywhere. So, being able to get some food, some good food, it makes me feel a whole lot better. That's really good.
So they bring it right to you?
They bring it right to our door. Yes.
Cool. How long does it take to deliver it?
So what are you saying, Heather?
How long does it take for them to deliver the food to you?
Oh, okay. So it takes about, I'd say 30, 45 minutes. It's not bad at all.
But it's still hot when you get it. Hot.
Well, yeah, when you have a group order, it's
the delivery fee, I'm saying.
Oh, I don't think so. I'll have to look again, but I don't think so. But yeah, it can get expensive when you're trying to deliver for like.
I'm just wondering if y'all split it, like if we just order in here and there's 4 or 5 of us, and so we split the delivery fee too, we probably only paying $1 or $2.
Yeah.
I think that they do have a delivery fee. Somebody told me that she believed it. She thought it was about $4.
Yeah.
So delivery fee was not very high, and then of course tip.
Yeah. And you can, like, if you, I think I'll try this for group delivery. Like when I add something to the order, I'll say, this is for order 1 or this is for order 2.
Right.
So I could probably split it up that way too. So that probably work pretty good.
Cool.
All right. So is it recording, Joel?
It is recording, so we captured all our good food talk.
Yeah.
Got the important stuff in there first.
Yeah, the important stuff first. That's definitely true. But slightly important is the Google update, the Google news that's come out over the last week. Google had their yearly hardware event and released the Pixel 5, the Pixel 4a 5G, and the Chromecast, the new Chromecast, and the Nest Audio, which is the improved Google Home. So I'll go over those today. Just there we go. So the Pixel is Google's flagship device. It's a good $6.99 or so, and so and they've usually made a Pixel and a Pixel XL. The Pixel being the smaller phone and the XL being the larger one. But this year they didn't do that. So the Pixel is an Android phone, and it runs as close to regular Android as possible. See, Android is an open source project. And being open source, people can take it and make it whatever they want it to. Well, they usually don't change it that much, but they just add their own little looks and their own features and their own little apps onto it, because they just don't mess with it that much. But some people like just as close to pure Android as possible, so Google just made the Pixel. So the Pixel 5 comes with a 90 hertz refresh rate screen. Now screens usually refresh at 60 hertz, which means it's pretty smooth, but there can be some kind of skipping or whatever. You might notice that sometimes when scrolling or something like that. It may not be as smooth as as in real life. So they upped that up to a little bit to 90 hertz. So it'll look a little bit smoother as you use the phone. And they actually updated the cameras. I think they gave it a wide angle camera this time. They try a lot with the cameras. They have okay hardware, but they really soup up the software. They use the machine learning and all that to make the pictures look a whole lot better than it normally would on a regular phone. It'll also come with 8 gigs of RAM, and RAM is basically how much storage a program can use at one time actively. It's not storage, as in hard drive storage. It's basically storage that programs use. So 8 gigs is a good bit to work with for programs, especially games. So if you play offline games, or if you do image editing on your phone or video editing, stuff like that, you have a bit more to work with.
I'll show you right quick. Come on.
And it comes with a 4,000 milliamp battery. And so that gives it a good bit of battery to work with that good bit of RAM. So, it might be a little bit, last a little bit longer, depending on how good Android is at managing the RAM. Next, they released the Pixel 4a 5G. The name's a bit like the iPhone XS Max, or 11 Pro, or not 11 Pro. That's all right, but the XS Max, that kind of meaningless for most people. So the 4a part, last 2 years ago, Google began releasing stuff like the Pixel 3, and then they released the 3A, which is a less expensive version of the 3. And last year they released the 4A, which is a less expensive 4. Well, now they're releasing the 4A 5G. So it's a less expensive phone with 5G support. Now 5G is, if any of y'all have heard of 4G, that's basically the telephone network service, the wireless internet that comes through your telephone, your phone provider. So, when it says like LTE or 4G or whatever, that means it's using the internet from that cell service. And 5G is just another iteration of that. And 5G isn't in a lot of areas yet. It's just in the big cities and California or whatever, because California gets everything first. So, it's not going to affect us very much yet. But, you'll have that ability, that feature when it does come out. It's going to be a little bit faster, but it will sacrifice a good bit of range from the cell tower. So they'll have to put up more phone poles. So, the phone is $4.99, so it's not that expensive.
It's time for your 7th period class.
And it'll have a 6.2-inch screen. Now, one thing the Pixel 5 will have that's going to be interesting is basically reverse charging. So if you have a pair of Pixel Buds or AirPods or whatever that can do wireless charging, you can basically put the device on the back of the Pixel, and it will charge. The Pixel will charge that other device. So it could be interesting, but it's also going to drain the Pixel's battery. So you'll have one battery charging another battery. So it could drain the battery a bit on your phone. So that's kind of it's kind of good that they put in such a big battery in the phone. So next thing is the Chromecast. Google has been making the Chromecast for a while, and it's just like the Amazon Fire Stick. So basically, you plug it into a regular TV, and it turns it into a smart TV with apps and all that. So the Chromecast now comes with Google TV, the operating system. And that's like Android TV, but a little bit redesigned and stuff like that. So that's how the Chromecast gets its apps. Stuff like that. And it'll be $50. So it's not too bad. So the Nest Audio. So we have Google Home Minis in here. And they're all right. They get the job done. But if we wanted bigger Google Homes, we'd go with the regular sized Google Home. There's no Mini or anything after it. Now, recently they have changed that to the Nest Home. So the Nest Home Mini, the Nest Home Max. That's what it is, the Nest Home Max. And so they've changed that again to Nest Audio. So Nest Audio is basically the Google Home sized device, not the Mini or the Max. So the things that they report are better about this thing, which I haven't tried it. It's not even out yet. are better bass, better volume, and more natural sound compared to the other models. And this will be $99. So it's not too bad for a little, not a little speaker, but a mid-range size speaker. I got a HomePod, and it was like $250 or so, maybe $299, and it sounds great, but Siri is just really bad. Like, I can ask Siri on the HomePod what my Apple Watch battery is at, and she'll just say, "There's no battery on this device, but you can ask about other devices you have." I asked specifically about the Apple Watch battery, but on my phone I can ask her, and she does it fine. So it's really, I use my Echo Dot a lot more than my HomePod now, just because of the assistant. So yeah, it's definitely go with the smarter options. So, any questions, any comments, anything? Okay, so if there are no questions or anything, I guess we can, go ahead and wrap it up. And the next tech day will be about what to do if an app has accessibility issues. I guess if that sound all right, Joel? All right.
Well, let me unmute here. All right, guys, we're going to call it a day. I appreciate everybody coming by, and definitely stay in touch. And if y'all need anything, let us know.
All right then, Mr. Joel. Y'all have a blessed day, and everybody be safe.
You
Y'all
too, Miss Mary.
too.
All right. Have a good one, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Yes.